Now let's take a look at how to download and install Consul by HashiCorp. So all you need to do here is simply navigate to console.io/downloads. This is the URL, and you will navigate it to this page. Pretty straightforward. There are options for Mac OS, there's option for Windows downloads, Linux, FreeBSD, and Solaris. So for example, if you are on a Linux machine, simply navigate to the Linux, click on the download button. You can also choose a different version of Linux, for example 32-bit versus 64-bit. Similarly for Mac OS and Windows. So I'm going to choose Windows 64-bit and simply click download. What this is going to do is open up my Windows Explorer. I already have it downloaded, so I'm just going to replace it. You can simply create a folder on your computer and then download in that particular folder. For example, I've created a console folder on my C drive, and that's where I'm going to store this zip file. Perfect. So simply click save, and this is going to download Consul on your computer. It's a 40 meg file, pretty small file, so it should download pretty quickly. Now once it is downloaded, let's navigate to our Windows Explorer and try to run and install Consul. Perfect. So once I'm in Windows Explorer, notice this is the zip file that we downloaded earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and simply extract this particular zip file within the same Consul folder on my C drive, because that is the location where I'll extract zip file. And you'll notice that once the file is extracted, there's only one simple console.exe application. So all I need to do is simply run this application, and this is going to install, fairly quick install for Consul. So once this is installed, I need to make sure that I add this particular path to my environment variables if I'm using Windows 10. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my environment variable and edit the system environment variables. And what this is going to do is simply bring up the system properties, navigate to environment variables. On the top, you'll see the user variables listed. Click on path and then click on edit, and this is going to provide you a list, right? So you'll notice the C:\\console path has already been added. So I added this already, right? And this is the path. If you don't have it in your instance, simply either edit or click on new and then create this path. So let's click OK, click OK. Perfect. Now we can test our installation of Consul, whether it's successful or not. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to VS Code. You could simply open up, by the way, a command prompt as well. So you don't need to go to VS Code or Atom or Sublime. But as best practice, developers, we tend to use IDEs, right, which is the integrated development environment, and it makes our life easier, especially if you're developing in multi-platforms or cross-platform technology. So I'm going to go ahead and simply navigate to my terminal. So if you're using VS Code, just go to terminal, open up the new terminal, and you'll see something like this. And make sure you're using the command prompt. So within my C, I'm going to navigate to console directory, and the command to check and verify the installation is console-v. The successful installation is there. Perfect. It's going to return me a value of saying Consul version 1.8.0 installed. So the agent will automatically use protocol 2 when speaking to the compatible agent. So if I were to just simply say console, it's going to give me a list, right? And this also demonstrates a successful installation. So the available commands for Consul at this point are listed as soon as you type Consul as well. There we go. So it's fairly straightforward. Just download and install. The only important area is to make sure that you set your path correctly so that you're able to check up on Consul and have a successful installation. If you have any questions, post in the discussion area. With this, let's move to the next lesson.